Hi there makers, and welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial I would like us to go through making this very simple beginner friendly granny square. This granny square is all wrapped up in one piece. All you're going to be doing is starting off with a magic ring or a chain of 4 and then going around making clusters of 3s until that granny square goes as big as you want. This can go on to be a blanket, a top, a cardigan, a bag, or whatever you want. And if you are a beginner, then this is perfect for you. If you are an advanced or any other level of crochet art, this is also just perfect for you. So why don't you stick along? Be sure to subscribe if you already haven't and join in on the family. And if you have subscribed already, don't forget to ring that notification bell. So let's get into the tutorial. So for this demonstration, I'm going to be using a 4.5mm hook and a DK weight yarn. So you just want to grab your yarn and make a slip knot as you normally would. And then you want to go ahead and chain 4. This is a very easy alternative if you do not know how to make a magic ring. Then into that very first chain that we made, you want to go in there and make a slip knot. You're going to slip stitch to join just as we did. And now to begin working on our granny square, go ahead and chain 3. This chain 3 is going to act as our very first double crochet. So we're going to be placing a total of 12 double crochets into this little circle right here. Don't worry, it's all going to fit. So you want to go in and place 2 more double crochets to make our very first cluster of 3 double crochets, and then in between 3 we're going to be chaining 2 like so, and then place 3 double crochets, and you want to make sure you're working over this little tail. So now we've got 6 double crochets, chain 2, we've got 6 more left, so I'm going to go ahead and place 3. And then I'll chain 2. We've got 3 more left. So for the very last 3, and to connect the 2, chain 2, and then you want to slip stitch to the second chain from the bottom, or the third. So that's 1, 2, and 3, or just to the top of that very first chain 3 that we made. And then you want to slip stitch just like that. And when you look at it, you've got 4 corners, and the corners are going to be our very chain 2 spaces. So to begin the second row of our granny square, chain 3, and as usual that chain 3 is going to act as your first double crochet. So back into that chain 2 space, you want to go in with 2 more double crochets to complete that first cluster, and this is going to be the very last corner of the round. And then into that, find that next chain 2 space right here, and in there place 3 double crochets, and then you want to chain 2 and go back into that very same space with 3 double crochets. So for this granny square, we're only going to be increasing in the corners, and we increase in the corners by doing what we just did right here, placing 3 double crochets, chaining 2, and 3 double crochets. So we're going to repeat doing that for the rest of the corners. 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets into that very same chain 2 space. And then into that last corner, 3 double crochets, chain 2 into that same space, 3 double crochets, and 3. There we are. And now we're about to finish off the round. So remember, we began with 3 double crochets in there. We're going to place the second or the last 3 double crochets. Oop. There we go. To close the row, chain 2, and you want to slip stitch on top of that 3 chain that we made to begin. So I just want to lay it down for you, and this is what it's going to be looking like just right about now. And now for the third round, this is where we're going to be doing something a little different. But for the rest of the granny square, it's going to be a repetition of the third row. So chain 3 as we have been doing. That chain 3 is going to act as our first double crochet, and then going back into that chain 2 space, place your 2 double crochets to make our first cluster. And now you want to find that next space in between the 3 double crochets, which is going to be right here. We didn't make any chains, but you're going to notice that there's little spaces in between. Right here, there's this one right here, this is a corner, so the next one is this one right here, and that's where we'll be placing our other 3 double crochets. So right in there, you want to go ahead and place 3 double crochets, just like that. And then you want to go to that corner where you're going to place 6 double crochets separated by a chain 2. So that's 3 double crochets, chain 2 into that very same space, 3 double crochets. And then this is our next space in between the clusters. We want to make sure we place 3 double crochets in there, just like so. And then you're going to repeat in the corners, increasing, don't forget the in between clusters, increasing the corner, and then you're going to repeat what we did the other side when you reach to the end of the row. And once you get there, you want to chain 3 and continue repeating, going around and around until you have got your desired size of the granny square. So I'm just going to do a few more rounds, and then I'll meet you so I can show you what the ending looks like. So after you've gone around a few rows, this is what it's supposed to be coming up as. This is a different color that I used, and it's a DK weight yarn. So this is what it looks like eventually. You can just keep on going, making it larger and larger as you're adding on the rows, and it can be a blanket or anything you want. Or you can just make 2 panels and it's a shirt, a top, or you can make 2 panels and make it into a bag. Honestly, the options are all yours. If you enjoyed this tutorial, be sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you already haven't, and make sure you ring that notification bell so that you're notified whenever we post any new tutorials. So until next time, guys, I will see you in a bit.